All right. Sorry about that. Should be back now. All right, welcome back. Who do I have back with me? Sorry about that. My system, something, I'm gonna have to figure out what the hell was going on there because Back for Blood got suddenly really unresponsive. OBS threw some recording errors, and then OBS I had to go into Task Manager to kill both Back for Blood and OBS because I couldn't get them to respond. And OBS still had some processes running at that point, so I had to go in with PowerShell and go kill them from the command line before I was able to restart and get reconnected back up. So my apologies. I'm not quite sure what happened there with that glitch. I just updated drivers and rebooted last night before stream this morning to make sure everything was fresh and clean. So I don't know if it was Back for Blood that did it, because I didn't have the problems playing the game, and I didn't have problems using OBS during the week with test stuff, but I didn't test Back for Blood and OBS together, so it could be something about the interaction that caused problems. Which sucks. So I had planned on streaming until 2, which is still an hour and 45 minutes away. But I had always planned on the last couple hours of today's stream being the Back for Blood. I'm kind of hesitant to start it up again, and just in case it does the whole thing again. What do you think, chat? Should I try it again? Maybe shut down all the non-essential, like shut down all the dashboards and stuff that I have, and just see if we can get Back for Blood to work again, or should I call it a day and cut the stream early and cut my losses? What do we think? know what? That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to check and make sure that there's not new drivers for my graphics cards. That's just the display setup. Where's my... GeForce Experience? All right, so let's just do a quick check again for where's my GeForce Experience panel? Oh, of course. Let's go to drivers, check for updates. I have the latest, okay. All right, so do we try it again? I could try a different game and see. I could always jump into Minecraft Bedrock and see if that causes any problems. We want to try that? Yeah, let's try that. All right. We'll do that. Let's get signed in. I have an invite. Huh. Okay, that's glitchy. All right, so play. All right, so just as a test, I'm going to go ahead and fire up All right, let's see if it's just a problem with my system stability itself. I'm going to go ahead and... So this is Minecraft Bedrock, so it's not all the latest and greatest mods and stuff like that. This is a world realm that I host for my wife and kids and friends and everything to... Oh, God bless it. All right, I have to go down and... where's my setup for controller? Invert y-axis. All right. There we go. All right, so this is a world that we've spent a lot of time putting together all sorts of really cool stuff. One of the projects I was working on before we kind of abandoned it, I have down here in this hill. Hang on, let me run back up and look out the window. There's this hill out here. And I have here at nighttime this lights up. This is what I call the warp core. And you'll see it when it's nighttime out. Ah. There we go. All right, so up. So one of the things that the kids built, they have this whole lake world, which is there's a gift shop, and then there's the observatory down in the lake. Well, so far everything seems to be stable. All right, so there's this whole underwater thing inside the lake where we can see all the creatures and stuff that they put in here, although I'm not seeing any of them. I wonder if they all despawned, because it's been several months since any of us have logged into this realm. But you can see they've done a ton of work on this. All right. Back up and out. One of my engineering projects that I did. So we had a good 7 or 8 of us all working together on this world for a while. And so they've got that really big, this is where like all of our enchanting tables and all that good kind of stuff are up in that tower. This is home center. They built a nice compass rose here for everything. We've got an auto, oh, hello cow. What are you doing out there? You should not be there. Got an auto forge and other stuff like that. And got a whole automated, one of my sons built an automated sorting warehouse, our own Amazon, where basically you come in and you drop stuff in the chest and it automatically sorts it out over 3 floors. So we have just a ton of crap here. All right. A little custom doorbells plays the theme from The Witcher. All right. So my first big engineering project I put in some of these paths and stuff. I built this railway station, and this is all right, so that's just dirt. Where's the rail car? There we go. All right, so we built this big ass I built this big ass railway, dual lines, so we can come and go at the same time. With plenty of lighting to keep away all the, so in this world I have mobs turned off right now, but plenty of lighting, so when we did turn the mobs on, we'd have bridge over this chasm. How we keep getting animals up in here, I don't know. But a portal, our second nether portal out there, we were using that to, I forget what we were mining. I think that's how we were doing obsidian. That's right, we were getting obsidian that way. All right, so then there's this mountain here, and I just said, screw it, I'm going to tunnel through it. Did I mention I'm autistic? And once you set me to do something, So there's actually, let's see, not in this one. There's a second tunnel coming up. So now through the mountain into different biomes. Had to jump up a little bit because I didn't want to dig a big channel through here. But now we're coming out over like a flower valley. And so I built a big elevated bridge. And originally, for all of this for the lighting, I'd originally used glowstone. But that got to be a little excessive, so came back and did all the burning netherrack as my lighting source. All right, so we're in tunnel number 2. And this is a shorter tunnel, but there's actually a stop. There's a little door where we can go outside through here, and there's a passageway. I created a little thing up in the mountain. We'll come back to that. But this is where we're about to take a left turn and punch through a different wing of the mountain. Okay, so back to a tunnel. There's another door out into like a mine and a couple other places. All sorts of different biomes, going over a river biome there. And we're coming up, and so the whole reason my sons had gone scouting and had basically said, oh, there is a, oh shoot. That is not what I wanted to happen. All right, you slow down. All right. So. It's been just long enough since I played. I've forgotten how to. All right, so. Got a separate minecart. I will go put this back over here. All right, so we can go back. So there is a village down here, and the village has a dungeon down under it. So this is what we'd come over and built. So they told me, oh, build a railroad over to here. So when I first talked about a large-scale engineering project. So I was just playing around. Some of this stuff that I built is just different textures and materials just to get a feel for how it all looked together and everything. Because this is really my first Minecraft experience. So yeah, we tunneled down into that portal. We don't have all the pieces we need to activate it. So yeah. Anyway, so I'm not gonna go down through this whole thing, but anyway, I said I'd show you the little mountain outlook. So let me get back over to the train station. So yeah, it took me a few weeks to build this railroad out. You can still see some of the vestiges of the original glowstone construction before I went back and retrofit all the, but plenty of light because we didn't want mobs to. All right, so now we're back in the minecart, and we're not going to go that far. We're basically going to hit the bend, go, and then stop right at the start of the tunnel. So, but I built a little hidden apartment, observation, crow's nest up in one of the mountains, up in the snow biome. So that was all right, we'll leave the cart there. So come down through this hall. Lots of lighting, put in some nice lanterns. So again, all of this should be relatively mob free once we turn the mobs on. And now we come to the spiral staircase. This was kind of fun figuring out how to do this. Okay, we going by water. You can hear the water on the outside. Actually, you know what? It would help if I turn on the desktop audio source so you guys can hear the water, hear all the sounds too. All right, sorry about that. Still learning. All right. How tall is this damn thing? Okay, here we go. Oh, see, we're up in the mountains. It's nighttime. There's snow. And we come down, and for some reason we had all the doors, security stuff. So now we've got this wonderful mountain penthouse apartment up here where we can look out, and you can't see because of the snow, but right down there is where the railroad track goes into that second tunnel there. Oh, okay, now you can see it because the snow cleared up. And it goes through that mountain over there and eventually comes out and off. All right, so let's head back down. And hopefully we'll get there while it's still nighttime so I can show the warp core off. And then we'll bump out of Minecraft and see if we can start Back for Blood again, and hopefully it won't crap itself this time. Alt Blue, thanks for the follow. All right, and hit the redstone, and we're off. But yeah, digging the tunnel with all the disasters and challenges that represented, and then quarrying all the materials that I needed, and making all the stuff. It took quite a while. This was a great learning project. I actually got my anal retentiveness got the better of me, and I was starting to go through this entire tunnel and change all of the raw cobblestone, or all of the raw stone to cobblestone, just so that there was a complete, and I was going to do that in all the tunnels, and then I thought better of it and said, well, I've got better things to do, so I never went back and finished that. But yeah, so we were using that to the portal out there, the nether portal, we were using that to mine obsidian. Since you have to make obsidian, or use obsidian to do the portal, what we were doing was we'd... Oh, come on, get out of the way. We'd have someone go through that portal into the nether, break the portal in topside, then the person in the nether would come back through the portal, which would recreate the portal somewhere in that region in a random orientation out there. We'd come back through, and we'd just keep going back and forth and doing that over and over again, and eventually we would we'd have a shit ton of broken portals there in the real world that we could go break down, you know, with Silk Touch pickaxes and mine all the obsidian from. So it's a really cheap and easy way to get obsidian where you don't have to mess around with lava. All right, so what was I doing? Oh, that's right. I was going to go to the warp core. Wait, wrong way. All right. This monstrosity over here is what we call the prison. One of my kids found a village out somewhere along my railway and relocated all of the inhabitants of the village and rebuilt a new village for them inside the compound there. So, not sure why. This is a really cool construction that my son did, that it was meant to be a little bit more freeform. So there's just, as you can see, there's lots of... This is the house my wife and I built. It's the red stone, Ganger Manor. And, oh, good Lord. And then we've got the green glass atrium on it. All right, we're still nighttime, so the warp core should be active now. There we go. So this was my first attempt at redstone engineering. I call it the warp core because the lighting effect is supposed to look like the warp core on the Enterprise. The plan was I'm going to eventually build a skyscraper using either black concrete if I can get enough squid ink or some other black stone with the glass blocks to do this kind of lighting effect down it. But again, that project got stalled because I would need to do a squid farm. And honestly, we started running into some of the limitations of Bedrock. So if we do that again, I may end up going and using the Java edition. All right, so that was fun. All right, so streaming games seems to be working just fine. All right, so we will bounce out of there. And we will try Back for Blood one more time. Oh, maybe that was the problem. Maybe the problem was that it was Steam that was out of date. All right. So, what do y'all have planned for the rest of the day, chat? What are you going to do with yourselves? All right, we're at 12:40, so I can get a good solid 80 minutes of gaming in, assuming Back for Blood cooperates. All right, I think I already see one change that I'm going to need to make for the screen here for streaming the game. I'm probably going to want to take the chat box off and